Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how to do, let's see, what can we call this? This is going to be a law enforcement bracelet. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but there's those little stickers that have like an equal sign. It's like a black sticker with two blue lines on it. And that's usually just to indicate that that's maybe an off-duty police officer or some sort of law enforcement. So I'm going to do a 3-color Solomon like I did about a week ago with the red, white, and blue, but this is going to have 2 blue stripes with one center stripe being black. And what I've got here, I've got about 10 feet of black, continuous. I didn't fuse anything together, it's just black. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take this down through the top of the buckle, the 2 ends. We're going to open up the 2 long ends, grab the little ends, and pull everything on through. And this will give us what's called a cow's hitch. There we go. Get that snugged up to it. And then pull all the excess through my fingers so that I get rid of all the twists. And then we're going to go up through the bottom of the buckle on the other side. This is just going to be basic, a real easy Solomon. The most basic bracelet you can do, in my opinion, anyway. Alright, so we got that pulled through now. Got a little twist going there. There we go. Now we can open up our buckle. There we go. Alright, you can pull your excess off to both sides. And we're going to set our length. And this is actually perfect for me, so I'm just going to set this at the same length. It's going to be a little long. There we go. So set your length, measure your wrist. On the Solomon, for every inch that you measure on your wrist, you do a foot of paracord. So if you're doing a 9-inch wrist, you're going to use 9 inches of paracord. That's only for the Solomon though. Okay, so now once we get to this point, we're just going to start doing the Solomon. So create a loop on the right, just like this. You've got your paracord that come up from the bottom of the buckle here. So you're just going to create a loop on the right, cross over your 2 center strands with your left cord, take your right cord over that left one, go around the back, and then pull it up through that loop that you created on your first pass. And then tighten everything on up right to the buckle. That'll kind of lock your length in place. And then you're going to double check your length just to make sure. And that looks pretty good, I think. Alright, so we'll get that nice and tight there. Alright, I'm going to do one more here, and then we'll incorporate the other colors. But I'm not going to tighten it all the way. So you took the right cord and did a loop and you went over the top. Now it's going to be the same cord, but it's on the left side, and it's going to go over the top. So the same cord that goes over the top of your 2 center strands, it always is going to go over the top. It's just going to change sides, kind of like that. Now this cord is going to do the same thing, but it's going to be in the back, kind of like that. Okay, so we're going to take our left cord now over the top, right over the left, around the back, and through. Now I'm going to pull this to about right here, and this is going to give us, let's see, I gotta remember how I did this. This is going to give us 3 different holes. I just got to remember where those were at. Pretty sure it was 1, and then down the center was 2, and this one was 3. Okay, so I've got my royal blue here. I need to cut into 2 sections, and these just need to be as long as what the bracelet is going to be. Okay, I'm not going to worry about, well, yeah, I'm going to melt these ends real quick because I don't want them to fray all over the place. Oops. That one. That should have worked. There we go. Alright. Okay, so I'm just going to put these two ends right through those two large loops on the right, and then I get them up out of the way. So I have two separate strands here. They're not connected to each other. And then I also have a black strand here. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut this off and melt this end. There we go. Put that down. Crimping it also not only flattens it, but it cools it. Keep it from sticking to the other paracord. You can work with it a little quicker. Alright, and I'm just going to stick this one down through that center hole. So you got three holes. You got the loop on the right, a loop on the left, and then you have your center hole. So that's where that black one just went. Okay, now once all those are through there, you can tighten this up, and that kind of locks all three of them in. So you can go ahead and lock those in. Alright, we're going to start with our blue, so we're just going to pull the blue down, and those are going to act like our center strands. Okay? Now it's time for the right side to go over the top. So they go over the top. The left one goes over the right. You take that around the back and up through that loop. Alright. You're going to just pull that tight. Now the blues go up. The black one comes down. And that acts like a center strand as well. See that? So the blues are out of the equation now. And you bring that black one down into the middle. Okay, so left side over the top since we did the right side last time. Go over that, around the back, and through that loop. Pull that tight, and then you're going to cinch that up. So far, so good. Now you're going to get that black one out of the way and bring your blues back down. Okay, and you're going to do another one. Loop on the right. Go over the left, over with the left, behind the back, up and through. Go ahead and pull her tight. And cinch it up. Alright, now we get the blues out of the way again. You just do this back and forth, back and forth. The black one gets incorporated down there again. Left over the top. Right over the left and through the loop. And pull it tight. And you can kind of see that this black one here has kind of created a hump, like over. So all you do to get rid of that hump is just kind of pull your slack out with the piece that you flip back up. Blues come back down. And now we're on the right side. Right side creates a loop. Left one goes over the right, around the back, and bring it up through that loop. Tighten it and then cinch everything up. And what I mean by cinch, grab your center strands and then just kind of push everything up. It'll cinch everything for you. And then you can pull on your blues to make sure you're getting them nice and straight. Get those out of the way. You're just alternating. You're doing just the regular basic old Solomon, which I've got right here. That's the basic Solomon there. And you're just incorporating three different colors. You can do any three colors you want, but this is going to be a law enforcement bracelet. So I'm going to finish this up. I'll get down to the end and I'll show you what to do to finish up your bracelet. So the last pass that I just did was with the black down the center that I went over top of. So what I want to do here is I want to cut this right where it's at, and it's kind of hard to see. So let me zoom in on this for you. But the black is coming up out of there. So I'm going to cut that right there. And what that's going to do is when I burn the end, it's going to create kind of a, you know, like a knot right there on that black one. and then we'll just go over top of it with our design. So what I'm doing here is I'm just kind of pulling it out by itself. Just gonna burn that, kind of tap it down here so that it creates kind of a piece that's going to be hard to pull through. Alright, so now once we tighten this up, that black piece, it's not going anywhere. It's not going to pull back through. And we're going to go right over top of it so you won't even see it. Okay, so we'll pull the blues back down. Do another pass with the Solomon. It gets a little tricky down here at the bottom because you have really nothing to hold on to. This one might not be a bad one to use a jig on. I just like to tie them by hand. A lot of people give me some words for not using a jig, but I like doing it by hand. There we go. Okay. Now at this point, I'm not gonna use the blue anymore. So I'm gonna try to pull all the blue through. And my light is doing something funky. It's like going in and out. Okay, so I don't know what's going on with that light. Okay. Well, I was way out of frame, wasn't I? Let me back up. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so these blue ones here now, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut them right where they're at. Cut that one, and I'm going to melt it right where it's at. Kind of tap that in there. And do the same thing with this other blue one. Go ahead and tap that one. Now, since those are not going anywhere, I'm just going to finish my Solomon on this end, which I can get probably about 2 passes left. Oh. Alright, so we'll get that one. And now those blues are locked in there now. They're not going anywhere. You can't see the burnt ends. Well, you kind of can, but they're underneath, so they shouldn't really be affected too much. Do one more pass here. Oh, and I actually did that one backwards. Okay, so this one has to go over top. I took it the opposite way and it gave me a weird result. So when you do a lot of them, you'll start to notice if you got your tie wrong, it'll look a lot different than what you've been used to looking at. All right, so cut the ends off here and here. Cinch up the end. Tap that one down. Give it a nice smooth feel. We'll do the same thing on this side. Oh, that could have started a fire. Oh man, it's one of those days. Alright, so now I have these 3 pieces here to work with. So I gotta cut all these here at the same spot. Do one at a time, I think. That one, cut that one, cut that one. Alright, I'm going to use a regular lighter on this one just because I have to be able to get it right into a certain spot. It's like my power is going in and out. It's kind of strange. Alright, get that nice and melty, and then we're going to make this really nice and smooth with the scissors. Go to the next one. Sorry about this. This is the most boring part of the whole video. If you don't already think I'm the most boring part, but hopefully you don't. I know I got one of those monotone voices, kind of like Ben Stein. Dry eyes, clear eyes. That's funny. My girlfriend says that I have a very monotone voice, which I think I probably do. Alright, well, there it is. That is our law enforcement bracelet. I have seen some people with charms. This would be a perfect one to put the charm on the middle. You got your 2 blue stripes. You could also do a firefighter one just like this. Put your red stripe down there. Get two red stripes going down it. The reason you put a black one down the middle is so that the blue ones don't come in and touch each other. Kind of keeps them separated. But hope you like that. If you do, please hit that subscribe button. I try to get 4 or 5 videos out a week. Been getting busier and busier, so I'm trying to stick to 4 or 5 a week. And thanks again for watching, and paracord on.